and it is for the Metropolitan Transit Commission. This meeting is being held today, Wednesday, July the 30th in 2025, and I'd like to now have a call to order, as well as if we can have the attendance and introductions. So usually we can start with Pineville, and we'll go around the dais.
All right, David Phillips, the mayor for Pineville.
Brad Thomas, City Attorney's Office.
Brent Cagle, Interim CEO.
By Laus, City of Charlotte Mayor.
Rusty Knox, Mayor Davison.
Lee Altman, County Commissioner, serving at large and Vice Chair of the County Commission.
Mike Bryant, Mecklenburg County Manager.
Anthony Roberts, Town Manager, Huntersville. Tony Lathrop, NC Board of Transportation, Division 10 Rep and Chair.
All right. We do have some folks that are online, I believe, and if we can have you recognize or tell us your name and take that place. So let's start with Rachel.
Oh, that's staff.
That's staff. Okay, started with Russell. With Russell. I don't.
Doc Russell.
That's Doc.
Yeah, so your first member will be Andrew Grant.
All right, so let's start with our first member, Andrew Grant. I love to.
Andrew Grant, Town Manager, Cornelius.
All right, following Mr. Thunberg.
Bill Thunberg, Mooresville Rep.
Mr. Justice.
Jamie Justice, Town Manager, Davidson.
Mr. Higdon. Mr. Higdon.
You hear me?
Mayor Higdon, I think that we can't hear you. We'll come back. Mr. Washam.
Hello, good day. This is Woody Washam, Mayor of Cornelius.
All right. Mr. Peoples.
Hey, I'm Michael Peoples, City Manager in Gastonia.
All right. Mr. Russell.
And Mr. Spitzer.
Mr. Spitzer.
Brian Spitzer, Town Manager of Pineville.
All right. Ms. Calderhead.
Alyssa Calderhead, Public Transit Advisory Committee Co-Chair.
Thank you. Is there anyone that we missed that's working with us on virtually? Hearing none.
CJ O'Neill.
So,
Hi, this is CJ O'Neill, Public Works Director for Matthews.
thank you very much. Appreciate that. We were looking for Mr. Higdon, so thank you for being in this space for him. So I believe that that is the order of our attendance. We have several people that are, thank you for coming in and being a part of this conversation. So now I want to say to everyone, thank you for being here. We're entering into what I can say is a very exciting time. I think it's worth a moment to reflect on this moment in time. It has taken an enormous amount of work to get where we are here today. Then we still have more work to do, but this is an important milestone. We successfully updated the interlocal agreement. The city bought the red line from Norfolk Southern, making good on a 30-year promise. 6 of the 7 municipalities in the county agreed to a funding framework which passed the General Assembly with overwhelming bipartisan support. The county still needs to place the referendum on a ballot, and the people of this county will need to make that final decision. But we should recognize the work of this body and what we've done to get us to this point. Though there have been several milestones between today's meeting and a new transit organization, we need to keep moving forward so that if the referendum is successful, the new authority is in place and legally compliant with the legislation that has been approved. I want to remind us that we are in uncharted territory, and I recognize that there are a lot of questions, but this work is something that this body has agreed to do. It is important that we put the future authority in the best position to be successful because if this authority is successful, our community will be successful. So the purpose of today's meeting is to ask the members of the MTC who represent the appointing bodies for 24 of the 27 Transit Authority board members to informally commit to making their appointments based on the schedule laid out in the MOU. The timing of this is important, very much important, because per the legislation, there needs to be a legal entity with a seated board to take certain actions by January 1st if the authority is approved. If no board is in place, then we will be unable to comply with state law. I also want to remind all of us and everyone with an interest in this that the legislation lays out the minimum qualifications for board members and does not exclude transit customers from board membership. I want to point out two important facts. One, the MOU includes that both the city and the county will appoint one person who is an active transit rider. That ensures a minimum of 2 board seats that will go to transit users. But other municipalities may also appoint transit riders. 2, it is in the national best practice for transit authority boards to have committees, advisory committees. CAT does have one. I think you heard Ms. Melissa, who said that she was a co-chair in that body that we have. So that we currently have a PTAC, and I would expect that whatever authority is appointed will follow this best practice and create a transit rider advisory committee to be responsive to things that we have to work with. These 2 steps will ensure that riders have a position on the board and a strong voice in how a new authority works. And now I'd like to pass this discussion among the MTC members and acknowledge Mr. Larry Shaheen, who has been working with us to support any questions that we would have. So Mr. Larry Machine, please.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I did draft this MOU in conjunction with the managers and a lot of staff, and this is the product of work that has been ongoing for, I believe, the last 2 years. Again, I cannot stress enough the gratitude that every single member of our working group, I know Towers Miegeldorf is here from Warren Van Allen, but Ned Curran, a lot of different individuals who've spent a significant amount of time trying to assist you and the rest of this board in helping provide the funding that we need to build out an equitable and robust transit system for our community. So I stand ready for questions from any members of this body and look forward to the discussion. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for your support on this and helping us get it in a way that we can do this in I believe, the best way to have this approval for our authority if we get the referendum. So with that, I'm going to open it up to the members of the MTC and would like to start with Rusty Knox from Davison.
Thank you so
who
much.
is the vice chair.
Larry, first of all, for your team and for all the staff that worked and managers that are both here and in attendance virtually, thank you for the hard work. This has been a long process. For me, since the first half-cent sales tax was initiated in '98, and I got to ride ceremoniously on a train from Davidson to Mooresville with my father, who had just stepped down as mayor because of health reasons. So it's been a long time coming to see ultimately the potential for a train coming down the tracks to North Mecklenburg. That being said, when we first started discussing the complexities of this transit authority that was going to be created and the fact that it was going to have 27 members, it's hard for me to get my 5 town board members in the same room two Tuesdays out of the month. So to do this, I was a little worried, but once I saw the structure of how this was the appointments were going to come in, I realized that we were in good hands in the way this is working. So again, to that, I will say thank you. I know there was one small change that was made in the last 24 hours to this that had to do with wherewiths and whereases, and I'm okay with that. I don't really have any objectionable points to this MOU. I think this does what it's supposed to do. I think we are operating in good faith and transparency in a timely manner to get this thing to the finish line by December like we need to do based on what the legislature in Raleigh has asked us to do. So with that, I'm going to defer to the next person down the line.
All right. Representing Mecklenburg County, Commissioner Lee Altman.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I thank you for lifting up the important role of riders who have always guided us at every step of the work we've done. We actually have in the House, Mr. Jared Herms, if you would like to stand, just to thank you for your incredible service. How long were you in the role?
I served on the TSAC Transit Service Advisory Council for 4 years and my last year as chair.
Yes, and I just want to publicly thank you. Give him a round of applause. That's a lot of service. As the chair of that public advisory board that brought riders from across the county, riders of necessity, riders of choice, bus riders, train riders, you sat here at the dais with us and weighed in on every single decision we made. And I just want you to know how important that your voice and of your whole committee has been throughout all the policymaking we've done, and wish you well on your next stage of life. I know you're going to be leaving Mecklenburg County. I think the other thing that I wanted to say, and to thank Mr. Shaheen and everybody who worked so collaboratively to get to where we are today. You know, the sort of remaining question that I had was, you know, we're used to elected officials being the ones who are casting the vote, which is appropriate because the voters are paying the tax and we answer to the voters. And so with the new transit authority, it's going to be different, and that it's going to be people that the Charlotte City Council, the Mecklenburg County Commissioners, the towns and others appoint to. How does that work if we were to appoint someone who didn't represent the vision and values of the community or was unable to fairly and fully discharge that representation then in a way that we felt had fidelity to the community? And so that was a concern I had about this draft, and I just want to get that clarification in public if Mr. Shaheen feels comfortable, or I can try to do it myself, but I thought that was important.
No, absolutely, Madam Vice Chair. In section 160A-907 of the statute, if you'll look in the voting removal section, you'll see that in subsection B, each member of the Board of Trustees may be removed with or without cause by those appointing authorities. So there is no real question about their ability to be recalled in the instance that they are not representing that body's will. Furthermore, in this specific, you'll look at section 6, which is part of the reason why we're doing this so quickly, is to be able to be in compliance with section 6, the first initial part of that has a deadline of January 1st. And you'll see in the second section of that, there's a section 6.2 and then there's a section 6.4. In section 6.4, you'll see that by July 1st of 2026, there's going to need to be a lot of policies that are created. One of those policies is going to be a conflict of interest policy. And we're going to continue to have a robust conflict of interest policy that's created to make sure that there are no conflicts of interest or any type of malfeasance that would possibly come into this. And it is something that we are going to keep a close eye on and make sure that that's something that happens. In addition, a lot of the other items that are going to need to be created are going to put into place the structures that will enable this board to function in a high functioning way to address any of the issues the community has. So again, I could not be more grateful to you and your questions and the representation you have done for this community to help make sure that this addresses the needs both of riders and of the local governing bodies to make sure that the folks put in place there are representing the community.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Madam Chair.
All right. I'd like to have Christy Clark here, who is not able to be here because she has some family issues that are much more important. But we have the Manager, Anthony Roberts, if you would address the comments
I don't know
from
if I'm the
Christie.
oldest guy in the room because I've been on this board since 2001. So maybe the longest serving person in this room. Maybe that makes me the oldest person too, I don't know. But, you know, we've been dealing with this for a long time, and I'd like to say thank you to Larry and obviously all the managers and elected officials who brought this together. So I've been looking forward to riding the train since 2001, so hopefully we'll get there soon. So great work. I'm ready to make a motion, so I'll be quiet. That's
Well, we
great
actually
job.
don't have to vote, so you don't have to
Okay,
make
well,
a
I was
motion
wanting to
today.
anyway.
So- But there will be a time that we will be asking you for a vote, though. So thank you. I know that we have, Woody Washam is on virtually. Woody, do you have any comments? Woody is in Cornelius.
Thank you, Mayor. And yes, I do. It's an exciting day where we get to talk about, making the rubber hit the road with this transaction, assuming the vote is favorable. I've been at this with you and many others in the room for at least, 5 years, 4 years, and we've gone up and down the tracks many times trying to figure all this out. And we're in a great place. I think we really do need to show some gratitude to Larry and Towers and many others. Really the business community of Charlotte. They've done a tremendous job in helping us get this over the finish line. And I'm very grateful for that. But I think we got a good plan. I don't have any real issues with it. And, we're looking forward and have already been thinking about our appointment to this great regional board that we've been all dreaming about for quite a while now. So thank you, Mayor.
Thank you very much, Woody. So, and now we'll hear from our NCDOT representative. And Tony, sorry.
Thanks, Mayor Lyles. I too have been involved in this in a long time. I want to thank Larry and your team for all the good work that you were doing, and the business, many members of the business community and other stakeholders and riders and all its supporters who are not in the room today, but have done so much for this. And just say that it's thrilling to see the progress. And, on a personal level, I speak for myself. I'm so excited about this, but I also know that our rail division at NCDOT is a longtime collaborator and partner with transit folks here, and I know will continue to be that. And, now and in connection with this, but also along the way, along the tracks, so to speak. So just want to offer that statement of support. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lathrop. And now I'd like, Mint Hill, I said Mint Hill, sorry, Brad. I mean, you guys all look alike. Okay.
Hey, this is one of those times
Okay.
one of those times I don't have a comment.
All right.
So,
John, please, excuse me.
but I appreciate the information. Thank you.
Okay. So now we will move to our next speaker, which is, we're going to have Mayor Phelps? No. Mayor Phillips. David, sorry.
From Pineville.
From Pineville. That's right.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I'll be brief. I'm going to echo a lot of what's already been said. And I realize you may have served longest on this committee, but I can honestly say I have served the least amount. So still, learning as I go along. But I'm speaking on behalf of the town of Pineville, as well as the council and the town manager, Ryan Spencer, that we have reviewed this. And we know that, especially from my conversations with Ryan, there's a lot of work gone into this over the years. And I can see the finish line, in the distance. And I think we are on the timeline, but we need to keep moving forward. But on behalf of the town of Pineville, we do support this. And we hope that we will end up with a conclusion that everybody's happy with. And we look forward to the transit also helping the town of Pineville So it's, I think it's a win-win for everybody, and we are in 100% support of it, and we do appreciate the amended part of the MOU that we received yesterday. So.
Okay. Thank you very much. And now Brad is not going to be with us. Mayor Brad Simmons is not with us, but he has left his trusted aide.
Something like that. I'm way younger than Anthony because I've only been sitting at this table since 2004. But echo the same sentiments as everyone else, gratitude for everyone involved. It's been a busy several years. I think we're beyond few. It's probably more several. Obviously, I've been in touch with Brad constantly regarding this issue, and he has offered his full-throated support and looking forward to moving forward.
Thank you very much. So I guess I should say officially, as the mayor of Charlotte, that we are ecstatic to be able to be a part of this participation and the next steps that we will have. I want to support all of us running together to make this possible. Has been an amazing journey and one that I don't think any of us will ever forget. But I also want to say and recognize that there have been many people outside of this community that are still working on this, and that we're committed to that work and making sure that people have the best of the ability to get this moving. So with that, is there any further discussion from anyone? If not, then this meeting is now adjourned. Thank you all.
I definitely spent some time driving.